we have to understand that LGBT community is a part of society, and our constitution talks about right to equality, right to live life with dignity. So I think it will be appropriate to legalize same-sex marriage and give them what they demand.
जय हिंद एवरीवन, आई विवेक पांडे वेलकम बैक इन टारगेट डिफेंस फोर्सेज। फ्रेंड्स, आज की वीडियो इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि आज एसएसबी एस्पायरेंट्स ने इस वीडियो पे एक बर्निंग इशू दैट इज द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ सेम सेक्स मैरिज इन आवर सोसाइटी पे ग्रुप डिस्कशन किया है। इस वीडियो के अंत तक ज़रूर देखें और कमेंट सेक्शन में आप भी अपने वैल्यूएबल ओपिनियंस को शेयर करें। एंड अगर आप भी एक डिफेंस एस्पायरेंट हैं who are looking for a platform where you can practice to SSB, then my dear friends, let me tell you, you are at the right place. Just provide your details in the given WhatsApp number, rest I'll take care of. Here comes the group discussion. Must watch the video till the end. Fine. So we have seen that the issue of same-sex marriage is on fire. What do you feel how it is going to impact the society, the Indian society? I'm not providing you any leads. You can speak whatever you understand according to your understanding. It's your opinions right now. You can speak as much time as you want. I'll be giving you something around 20 minutes, or it can be stretched. So we'll be starting from the view of Kritik Sharma. Kritik, you can start, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, if we talk about same-sex marriages, we have to understand in the Indian context that what marriage stands for. Basically, in Indian context, marriage is when two peoples came in contract with each other to reproduce or to make their family, and this is the Indian context. But nowadays, we have seen urbanization and modernization in our society. People conceive marriage as a bond to stay together. They want to stay together with a particular individual only. They are not knowing the main definition of marriage. What is marriage for? That's it. Just I want to say right now.
Fine. Oh, Alok, you can start.
I think same-sex marriage, first of all, I'd like to tell what is marriage is a union of two persons. As our former speaker said that it involves two reproduction, but I partially disagree with it. Marriage is not only involved with the reproduction, but it also involves sharing of happiness, sadness with each other. The impact that Indian society will face if same-sex marriage is legalized is the social acceptance, because in Indian society we have never seen such thing. So there may be debate or protest against that. Some may say that it is against the nature, but we have to understand that LGBT community is a part of society, and our constitution talks about right to equality, right to live life with dignity. So I think it will be appropriate to legalize same-sex marriage and give them what they demand. And I think they are not demanding something very much big, so that we cannot
Shweta.
put them.
Yes, I totally agree to your point, sir. That if we talk about the LGBTQ community, so I believe that equal rights and protection under the law should be provided to them. And this step has been a very good step, as you have also mentioned about the marriage, what it is. So marriage provides social and economical benefits to couple and their families as well. So allowing the same-sex couple to marry, so it will strengthen the families and communities by promoting stability and security in the family as well. And also, if we talk about it at a global level, so global acceptance will be there. Like same-sex marriage is legal in many countries, and it should not be denied, I believe, because it is a right of a person. Because if he or she is just knowing and wanting to do so, we should be providing them support in this regard.
Shivank.
I agree to my all former speakers, and I would like to add that same-sex marriage petition is a large change in the Indian context. We are a diversity, cultural diversity, so we have to embrace this change and very slowly and significantly process. As we have seen, there are several types of personal laws that is governing our society, like the Sharia law, the Hindu Marriage Act, and under the Special Marriage Act, we also encourages such marriages. However, under the Article 21 of Indian Constitution, which is a basic fundamental right, which provides privacy to the human to pursue his or her life. However, this change may also have a negative impact on the society if done in a rush manner. So we need to understand this. We need to mitigate change, and education is the way forward to tackle down such problems.
Fine.
If we see the global countries which have accepted, the education rate is high. So we need to embrace these change slowly.
Yadav sir,
On India level.
unmute your phone first.
Thank you, sir, for giving me opportunity. As my previous friend told that in our country, it is not fully operational in our country that it is not allowed in our society. First of all, it is I think it is from the coming from the Western culture, and in our society, if this type of people is there in the then.
Krishna can get them.
I would like to agree with my former speaker. But I want to add one thing. See, the center is also opposing this move in the Supreme Court. The reason is because marriage is not only a reproduction or like only a sharing of happiness and sadness, but in Indian customs, it's like a holy union, a sacrosanct, a sanskar. It is called a marriage sanskar. It is called. So if we have to allow the same-sex marriage, then exactly we have to raise the level of education in the society, because once we raise the level of the education of the society, then people will be more coming forward and then accepting the change in the society. If it is done in a rush or like or just to copy from the Western world, then it will be very harsh on the society. So I think time should be taken and the rules should be formulated accordingly.
Shama Karora.
I also agree with the previous speaker, and I want to say that in current scenario, either the social acceptance is little less. So, as our government is also said that it is not currently eligible, I would suppose scenario, our social acceptance level is not yet, and it needs gradual consideration for that. And almost 32 countries accepted that, but we have seen that at root level, the person who is facing these all aspects, because there sometimes happen that there are also parental parent discard their child. Sometimes happens, which will ultimately affect their mental health. For acceptance of these merit, I would say gradual acceptance is needed at first at grassroots level through education, either
Omkar.
starting from schools. I would say.
Omkar.
So, gentlemen, recently we have seen on 13 March 2023, the Chief Justice of D.Y. Chandrachud and their commission recognized the act of the same-sex marriages. But, gentlemen, first of all, we have to understand the main thing is that our mostly population of the India is from the villager, and these people are considering from the spiritualist things. And nowadays, so many people are not ready about the talking about the sex issues as well as sex things. Still, our population as well as the rape cases like these things are rapidly increasing. So, if we will talk about these things, in 1954, Same Marriage Act has passed by the Indian government, through which Indian government have given the right to opposite gender people can do the marry. But recently, these people are demanding for the same-sex marriage. So, gentlemen, there are so many issues as well as the legalized issue, as well as the property issue. This type of the issue can arise. So,
Pratik Sharma.
government is making question mark on this.
What I think that if I have so many male friends, I want to be with them. So why need to marry them? I just want to say that marriage in an Indian context is very sacred thing. If we go in this direction, we are proud to be Indian for our culture. And if we go in this direction, this westernized way of marriage, it will give a very negative impact on our whole of India.
Fine, Deep Prabha.
We talk about society is not accepted because they want to be spiritual as well as culture. Even we know that they are not accepting the intercaste marriage, so how we can say that they will accept this same-sex marriage? So there is a petition from the people who want to do this same-sex marriage in the court, as said that around 1954. Supreme Court had passed this act and saying that they can do same-sex marriage as well. It's a point I would say it came from the West, but I think we should go with the needful thing, which is necessary. If it is necessary or needful for the people, they are thinking we are happy with this, so we can go
Fine.
through with it.
Suraj. Not audible, Suraj. Take your earphone out. You can disconnect your earphone.
Talking about Indian society, it is very odd concept for same-sex marriage. There are some legal framework for same-sex marriage. According to the IPC 377, it is illegal in Indian Penal Code. But in 2010, High Court of Delhi has passed. It is said legal for the same-sex marriage, but it is vandalized by Supreme Court in 2013 that it is said it is not legal to have a same-sex marriage. But to have a same-sex marriage, it is violating the fundamental rights of Article 21, Article 14 and 15 of Indian Constitution.
Shweta.
Yes, agreeing to you, but I would also like to talk about the cultural sensitivity of our nation. So, India is a cultural diverse country with different religions and societal values as well. And as my former speaker has already mentioned about the caste marriage, the same caste marriage is also very privileged and not the different caste marriage. So, yes, there is issues in this marriage as well, but I believe that there is a need any legislature or judicial decisions on same-sex marriage must consider the cultural sensitivity of different communities, while also ensuring the fundamental rights of individuals are also protected, and also see the social acceptance and education should be there. Like India still have a long way to go in terms of social acceptance to LGBTQ community. So
Sugana.
education and awareness campaign should be developed.
Yes, sir. Actually, same marriage means any two same genders will be married. Actually, we are seeing any two persons are married because of their genuine feelings and hormones changing since childhood. If we are seeing in last 2 years or 3 years in social media, two persons are same gender will marrying, and we are seeing happy faces and happy lives also. If the society or justice will be not agree also, if so many people are having harmonically the same qualities, then definitely they will come and they will marry, because they are seeing the society also changing. And if any person is marrying, if the person having don't like the person and the opposite gender, it will be affects on divorce. And so many divorce cases also increasing. If the person is the same gender, so they will happy. There is no problem to marriage. And the only because of the region maybe justice not agreeing, because of the recycle process will be not happen. But the people will be changed and the society will be changed. Like so many countries are agreeing legally to marry the same gender.
Ajit
That's it.
sir,
Thank you
Ajit
so
sir,
much.
Yadav sir. Unmute.
As per my view, I can say that it is a legal right of in our country, but in our society, the acceptance of this type of people cannot be done in this type of situation. And also, we can say that if the people say that we can improve our education. So if our education is to the upper level, then the people can marriage in the same sex. It is not like that. I can say that in our country, it is not our culture. Thank you, sir.
Alok.
As some of our former speakers said, that marriage is a kind of sanskar we are copying from Western world, and it will have negative impact in our society. I would like to ask a question: are these LGBT community not living in our heterosexual society? Are they harming us in any way? I don't think they are harming us anyway. And already our Supreme Court has decriminalized Section 377. And we often talk about non-discrimination. So I would like to ask question: why we are discriminating a part of our family, which is LGBT community, and we talk about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, world is a family, and we don't treat any family member in any differently. So I think same-sex community, that is LGBT communities, in common words, they should be given legal rights of marriage. And it is us who need to be educated, not the LGBT community. I don't think if it become legalized, they will do any kind of protest. And talking about social acceptance, and it will be, I agree that we should not be in a hurry to make any kind of legislation. It should be properly debated in our parliament. And there should be a proper mass movement to educate people for the acceptance of this kind of marriage.
Sanskar.
So, as my former speaker has mentioned that there is a 32 countries who has legalized the same-sex marriage. So, what I believe, even in India, if you're just implementing this same-sex marriage, so let me focus the cultural diversities of our country. The first thing is that you can see a lot of cultural controversy, and every state have different culture, different religion, tradition. So it might not have been possible. So how can just resolve this problem and how we can just get a solution? So first solution is that we need to spread awareness among the people, and just people could get acquainted and just get education about this thing and how it is just getting too much like useful for our society. And if they could able to understand, so the situation may be resolved, and we can just see the same sex marriage and just legalize it in India.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Yeah, as one of my former speakers said, exactly, it is not about that same-sex marriage or like LGBT community, are protesting. He's right. They are not harming the society. I agree with him. But also, and I also like to say that, of course, it is a modern concept. In the future, we have to accept this because modern countries are accepting, Western world is accepting, and it is the future. We all know that. And it is linked to the individual dignity of the individual. If she wants, then who we are there to stop her. But and moral policing can't be done on this topic. But I'm just adding one thing, because that right now the culture, the diversity of India, and the social conditions in India are not like that of implementing the laws right now. In the way forward, I can say that promoting education, going for awareness campaigns, it should be developed to promote the acceptance and understanding of the homosexuality. And again, and for the same-sex marriages should be considered on the table. But right now, in a hurry, if we go for the law or like implementing in a hasty manner, it will not definitely work because society will not accept that. Thank you.
Yes. I would like to add one point. Alok's point that he was saying.
ईयरफोन को हटा दो अपने, रिमूव ये ईयरफोन तो नहीं स्पीक, वो दिक्कत दे रहा है थोड़ा सा.
Okay. So it's audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So I would add Alok's also point that we should not do the discrimination with the genders because every gender is equal. So, but there is a problem in society that society will not accept the same-sex marriage because if marriage means having a family, if they are same-sex doing marriage, so there will be no family by having a child. By having a child, there will be problem adopting orphan child. So that time as well a problem will create because to whom that child will say mom and dad. So to accepting the society, it will be not acceptable. Or if we go further, so So it will be only the happiness of two persons only, not a family. They have to
Fine,
go
fine,
far
good. Shivang.
without their family. So my point is yes.
There is no doubt that we have to legalize this same-sex marriage, and we are no one to moral police and to snatch the fundamental rights of the citizen of India as ensured by the Constitution. But we have to look that this changes has to come down from the bottom to top approach. Like we have seen in the cases of the Sati Pratha, we are able to eradicate this such of havocs in our society. We are able to eradicate the child marriages in our society and the caste system in our society. We have to act and also look for the technical jargons and the legal jargons like the inheritance law, the marriage laws, and currently what is the need about we can do, we can add it to the our DPSP. This will also ensure that we are moving forward in the right direction, and after implementing the uniform civil code, we can incorporate this same-sex legalizing this same-sex marriage, and we are making such efforts in the right direction. Like in 2018, the Supreme Court of India has decriminalized Article 377, which legalizes the gay couple sex. So I think we are moving in the right direction and
Shweta.
at a right.
Yes, I totally agree to you, but in certain points, I agree to the former speaker that he said about the modern concept. I believe that it is not like a modern concept, but a hormonal concept and a biological process. So I believe that we are no one to first of all judge anyone, and or at the same time, we are no one to make rules for anyone. And if we talk about the laws, so why laws are made? What if laws not made today? What will happen with the people who belongs to LGBTQ community and are not getting the right now? Even after being an adult, they cannot choose their own life. Who will be responsible for that? So I believe that these laws should be made, and simultaneously we should educate our youngsters first, because they are the one who we can mold, as they are just like a clay who can be mold in a proper way. So we should start the
Sanskar.
awareness and education from the school itself.
So, as my former speaker has been mentioned that a lot of social evils like sati pratha, child labor, and female ferticide. So, these are that problem which was already there in our country, and it was just getting eradicated by some intellectual personalities. So, why same-sex marriage is not legalized in our country? It is to be done, but it will be moved on. We do have some education, we do have some awareness, and it will take longer time because people could able to understand in a very long way, because it's very long process. And if you're focusing on the cultural perspective of our country, so it is too much complex. So that's why we can able to say that it will take a bit longer time, but it will be legalized. Thank you.
So, gentlemen, by hearing this everyone's point as well as by quality point listening, if you'll see, there are near about 32 countries have legalized this same marriage act, including the Western country as well as the European country, US, UK, Canada, Australia. But if you'll see the major change, these are the developed country, and the education and awareness into these mind of the people is high. So first of all, if you want to implement this act in India, first of all, we have to create awareness, and that awareness will come through the education. Nowadays, if you'll see, so many people are not talk about the sex things, but population of our India is getting increases. And another thing is, first of all, we have to focus on the how can we control the population, because the whichever problem we are facing nowadays, the main real cause is the population. So first of all, we have to control the population, and another thing is we have to create awareness, and that awareness come through the education. And if we'll talk about if implement this same marriage act, mostly people are thinking it is against the nature, means these people can't produce the biologically the child, and another some issues will arises like the property act and other so many act, means these people are chances to demand another act. So if you will see, every another problem will come arises with the initial problem. So we have to take chance as well as the mainly we have
Fine,
to
fine, fine.
create
Last
awareness.
point by Krishna. Last point.
Okay, so in the last, I'd like to conclude and also agree with the former speaker that he is saying, if he's saying right, that only 32 or 34 countries, I'm not sure, have done this concept of same-sex marriages. We gradually have to do that. We will do it, but right now, what we can do is we can also. I like to just add one more point that. Right now, the LGBT community are not. They can't form the union. They can't even form the union. So we can start by doing small steps like we can allow them to form unions. Also, one of our former speaker added that we can go for a DPSP for the LGBT community. Yeah, these steps are very nice steps, and they will definitely raise the awareness among the youngsters, among the rural people, and society will be aware about the rights, and then later we can go for forming the laws. Thank you.
Fine. It was a wonderful discussion by you all. Some were in favor, some were against the topic, right? Anyways, the wonderful points were discussed.